Do you think you should be bigger than Kim Kardashian?
Absolutely. If not bigger, right there with her. I feel like they pushed Kim and they didn't push me. Kim came on after me, and they opened up every door and every opportunity for her, even putting us together at times and making her, much more bigger than me. She had North, obviously. I was at North baby shower with her and Kanye, but they pushed Kim to the front and pushed me to the back. And I don't think that was by chance. I think that was the way they wanted it to be. We were together because I was Nene and I came out before her, and it just kind of looked good for us to be together. That's how I feel. Chris had a talk show. I co-host with Chris on the talk show, and she was able to get opportunities and walk through doors that they just did not want me to walk through. She did Shoe Dazzle. I did Shoe Dazzle around the same time. Whenever we had businesses, it felt like we couldn't really show them that much on our show, but on their show, all they do is talk about their businesses. And I don't feel like we were able to do that as much. I just wasn't given the opportunities that she was giving.
Do you agree? And do you think that networks find white reality stars more profitable?
There are several things at play. We can't pretend like race is not a factor. Kim Kardashian is white adjacent. All right. So that's that on that. We don't even have to dig into that. Nene, you're older. Kim Kardashian, when people look at her, they want to have sex with her. That could be a factor. That's not necessarily you, Nene. There are a lot of factors. I think Nene was definitely skating around race. Nene could be or should be bigger. I just think the way America is structured culturally, that Kim is more marketable for a slew of reasons.
I can agree with Q on that because remember, they were both owned by NBC Universal. So we're talking about the target audience and we're talking about universal appeal. Now, one thing that Nene definitely hit 110% on the head was that she felt like they gave Kim more opportunities, and she's right. Because if you look at the numbers, Real Housewives of Atlanta was smoking Keeping Up with the Kardashians the first 7 or 8 seasons, to the tune of, in season 3, Real Housewives of Atlanta was getting 3.6 million viewers, and Keeping Up with the Kardashians a week, and Keeping Up with the Kardashians were only getting 2. However, when you think about longevity and crossover and international market appeal, in season 10 and 11, 12 is when the Kardashians started taking over the Real Housewives of Atlanta brand and started doing astronomical numbers and getting tons of support. So as far as it relates to where they giving Kim more opportunities, absolutely. Kim will give you more universal appeal, which then turned her into a $2 billion brand. Easier than it is trying to take an older African-American female and trying to make her a universal brand and creating $1 billion business around her.
1,000%. I actually think there's an argument to be made that there was a little bit of resentment towards the Black franchise killing all the white housewives in ratings. And I think she's absolutely correct with that. But Nene, some of your issues are from you. Because there was a point where you was America's sweetheart. Like everyone loved you. You had all these amazing opportunities, but you had brands, you had people checking for you. But there's an argument to be made. If we are keeping it a buck here, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, your attitude is a lot of the reason why you're not working right now. And on top of that, you do have racism. So I'm gonna give you that. But you can't also help them along with, see, she's difficult, and give them an argument. I've been on set where you walked off and didn't want to do scenes. And you're funny. The camera wants to see you. The audience wants to see you. And it's like, it's a shame that you were like this, you were there and people rock with you and they still do miss you on television. And I do believe you should still be on something. You're highly entertaining. But I hope when you get this second chance around that you're a little bit easier to deal with and work with. And you can't just go hitting cameramen and just being a bully. And people are not putting up with the old antics that they used to because there's other people in line waiting to do what you got. Like they want your opportunity. And this is from Black woman to Black woman. This is no hate. This is no agenda. I just feel like you sometimes got to say, what have I contributed to this? And we all have to do that sometimes. I've had to do it myself. So that's what I think.
I mean, I stand with Nene on this. I feel like a lot of people are trying to shun her. I feel like the Braxtons should be bigger. There are a lot of black women in reality television that opened so many doors and had the same opportunities but didn't get the same push.
But wait up, Miss Jackson, girl. Now, I understand all what you're saying. Now, that's a little delusional, but...
Wow, what is?
Yeah. Okay, girl, Miss Nene, honey, had a lot, and I love her dearly. I love Nene dearly. Nene had a lot of opportunities. She was on Glee, she was on all these different damn shows. No. She owned stores, she had everything.
Yeah, because she had to figure out how to make an income because the pay is not fair.
Hello.
The pay is not fair between Kim Kardashians, the Braxtons, or Atlanta Housewives.
Well, the pay
That's
might
not
be,
fair.
The pay
I'm
not
sorry.
fair, but
we're doing the same thing. Why are we not getting the same price?
Well, okay,
Why
but there's a gang of factors, like the viewership between one show and another show. The fact that, like, on the Kardashians, you could mention all your businesses. The show was about the businesses.
And we couldn't. On WeTV, we could not. We had to pay for it.
So the smoke should be more so with the networks, which it sounds like it is. And you are a big star. People know who Nene Leakes is. People know who Kim Kardashian is.
What she's saying, what she's saying
it's not the same thing.
Without a doubt, these are all valid points, super valid complaints, and the disparity between race and reality TV and the results, they're 100% fact.
Yeah. I created Braxton Family Values, and Kim Kardashian got the $100 million check. Let's talk about that. So we're not even going to sit here and talk about sex and television, creating TV shows and who deserve what when. It is unfair, point blank, and the period.
Oh, Hollywood is racist, and they will cut you the booty end of the stick, but you got to play a harder game of football.
That's right. Is that what it is? Oh, so you want me to die and come back white?
Well, no.
You can do it while black.
When I built my studio, I built it in a neighborhood that is one of the poorest black neighborhoods in Atlanta so that young black kids can see that a black man did that and they can do it too. That studio was once a Confederate Army base, and I want you to hear this, which meant that there was Confederate soldiers on that base plotting and planning on how to keep 3.9 million Negroes enslaved. Now that land is owned by one Negro. While everybody was fighting for a seat at the table, talking about Oscar so white, I said, y'all go ahead and do that. But while you fighting for a seat at the table, I'll be down in Atlanta building my own. Because what I know for sure is that if I could just build this table, God would prepare it for me in the presence of my enemies. Rather than being an icon, I want to be an inspiration. There are people whose lives are tied into your dream. Own your stuff, own your business, own your way.
So I just got my lesson about building my own table when YouTube just threatened to shut down my account for posting a compilation of what happened with the Riverfront situation after they had just done all of the checks and said that, yes, it's okay for you to post it, but we're going to restrict the ads on it and we're going to put an age restriction on it. 20 minutes later, they snatch the video down and say that we're letting you off with a warning, but next time you violate community guidelines, we're going to take your whole account down. This is why you need to build your own table. But getting back to this video, I hate the fact that nobody was able to just admit the fact that Nene's racial counterparts are able to throw temper tantrums, be unkind, push Andy down during a reunion, and then go to prison for fraud, and then get out of jail and come back on to a Housewives show. But yet and still, Nene saying or doing something was so wrong. It's a double standard that exists not only in this type of arena, but in our very own regular non-celebrity working lives, which is why I want you to go ahead and subscribe and hit the all notifications bell button so that you will know when this next video drops, which is about that type of topic. And it has a lot of excellent information in there. But also, if you like these types of discussions, make sure that you support the truth tellers, because we need to get more of this type of information out, and we need to get better representation. But until I get enough of a following to even be an influencer, I can't influence anyone with my alternative perspectives. You'll continue to see the narrative that all Black women do is curse and twerk, and none of us are educated, and so forth and so on. And this is why we do not take the time to amplify the voices that we would like to see and be heard and represent us. And you have an opportunity to do that. Thank you.